Hi, welcome back. We're still in a hole
Howdy.
on the top floor, on the 50th floor.
Yeah.
The forbidden floor, Harry.
I forget what we still had to do here, honestly.
Near as I can tell, the last thing we did was we got Lotto Heart's information. So...
Right. Okay, do we have logic?
Possibly, or we have to go down the elevator now.
Ah, yeah.
Well,
right.
that probably gives us a little something to think about. The reason why we found a blood stain in the costume trunk is because the costume was bloody.
I wonder who won the bid for it. The trunk, I mean.
Not the dead body. That I don't know. In a certain way, everything worked out exactly as someone wanted. Hold it! It couldn't have been in that dressing box! What do you mean? When I first came down here, the box caught my eye, too. It was just the right size and would have made a perfect hiding place. That's what I thought, anyway. But I couldn't get the dang thing to open. It's been wrapped up real tight with a lock chain. The murder happened after that, so hiding a body in there would have been impossible, you know? A chain wrapped around it? That's a bit strange. Right now, it doesn't seem to be locked up at all. Huh? Well, that's weird. Maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me or something. Killer hid the victim in this box. A bloodstain was found inside. There's no chains on that box. That's ridiculous. And with that, I believe we have examined everything there is to examine here. Good timing.
Well then, let's head on down.
Oh, well, we decided our next destination. Okay.
Yes, Mr. Shields.
We don't want you to get lost, so make sure you stay up real close to Uncle K, okay?
Right, I'll follow you closely, Mr. Shields.
These two. Since when did they get along like that?
She's not even near him. She's on the other side of the elevator.
Mr. Edgeworth, your elbows are too fucking huge. We can't fit. And this takes us to the PIC meeting room. Well, fancy that.
This looks... Is this the same room?
Yes, this is.
Nah, yeah, I think it is. Okay.
This is where the
I
body
didn't notice
was.
the shit in the
So
background.
they were stabbed
I
and
didn't
then
notice the bookshelves last time.
yeah, they were stabbed and pushed down the elevator shaft without the elevator. Or something along those lines. Pushed off the elevator and then just the elevator went back up. I mean, they landed on the table. Maybe they were pushed. No, but the table probably would have smashed.
No, they didn't land on the table. The body landed where the elevator is, and then they moved it to the table for the autopsy.
Okay, makes sense. What? Mr. Edgeworth! This place is...
Is this the auction hall? No, it's the meeting room from before.
How nice of you to drop in, K. Faraday.
Oh, Winston Overwatch.
You've got some guts. Hey, you guys, arrest her! Arrest her! Arrest him!
I like that she reacted with a smile there. Like she was like, yeah, it is nice of me to drop in. Yeah, you're right.
She's like, good joke. +2. Wait, K is... As for the rest of the riffraff, just show them out the door. Blaze brutality! Blaze brutality!
This is tyranny!
Yeah, it's tyranny, pal. No, this kind of looks bad. The light of justice
I don't know what
shines
the
above
strategy
me.
was, honestly.
Just one circumcision. Let me too, pal.
Oh, that's strange. I was aiming for that weak ex-prosecutor.
You were clearly aiming at me.
Maybe something got in my way, particularly... right around there.
Francisca, please.
Just what do you think you're doing here, ex-prosecutor Miles Edgeworth?
She's like a sibling where, like, any chance they get, they take, like, a fucking mile to continually run their shit. I do not believe that Kay is the culprit behind this incident.
You're just an ordinary man without investigation rights. What you say does not matter. I am Francisca von Karma. I will never stop moving forward.
Did she just, like, reset her dialogue?
I am Ferdinand von Ayer. However, you chose to quit. The outcome of our battle has already been decided.
She's like a fucking kaiju. I cast away my badge because it became a millstone around my neck. I shall continue moving forward even without it. The path I walk will surely lead to the truth. My actions are driven by that belief, and that is something which will never change.
So, you're saying that you found a path to the truth? Then show it to me. But if that path proves to be a foolish one, it will not survive my whip.
The police officers are looking at each other like, do we still gotta arrest him? They're like, what's happening?
She just like brandishes the whip and they're like, okay.
It's like, okay, alright.
The victim used her keycard and entered this room with the culprit. Then, the culprit stabbed the victim in the chest with the candelabra, killing her. Shouldn't the letter make it obvious who the culprit is? Of course, the crime scene was right here in this room, the PIC meeting room. The proof is the bloodstain we found here in the meeting room. That settles it, Miles Edgeworth. Miss Von Karma seems really confident, doesn't she?
I see. She's a fiery one, isn't she? I don't mind if I should cutie. I'm in this restaurant.
Deserved? How repulsive. Say that about me instead. Well, Miles Edgeworth, can you break my logic? If you truly have no intention of stopping here, prove it to me with evidence.
Very well. I'll show you, Francisca. The evidence that paves my path. Okay.
That's probably
the problem. Do you have any proof that the crime took place in this room?
Von Karma is perfect in every way, except for all of those times. Perhaps you forgot that when you gave up your badge.
Have we determined who the blood actually belongs to?
The blood analysis confirmed that it belonged to the victim.
Just because the blood stain was found here doesn't mean that this was the scene of the crime.
You forget, Miles Edgeworth, that in court, evidence is everything. Except for all of those times. If you believe this room is not the crime scene...
I like how she
show
did
me
the
the
wet
evidence
snap
that proves
twice. Evidence
Yeah.
that shows where the crime took place. We may not be in court, but I'll show her the truth.
Miss Von Karma isn't showing any openings.
She doesn't have a boob window. What the fuck? However, there is one fact that we do know that she does not.
When she said the thing about Francisca being confident, I was thinking like that could just be blatantly. It'd be funny if she was just like crushing in the background. They're not the only ones who can perform scientific investigations.
And therein lies the proof.
Do you want to do another luminol? Luminol? Down, girl. Luminol.
On Francisca. Luminol. I just pressed the wrong button. Because I pressed the press button.
Yep. Again, just no openings. Please, show us. God. Probably the blood on the hidden.
I mean, that or in the costume trunk, but yeah.
Oh yeah, blood. Well, because the blood dripped on the floor below. Right. Alright, well, fuck me then. I'm warning you if you do not wish to become my whip's next victim. Do not present such meaningless things before me.
And I became the victim anyway. What was the point of warning me?
Mr. Edgeworth, scientifically speaking, that whip looks extremely painful.
I don't need science to tell me how painful it is.
Maybe you should be a bit more careful next time. So I guess it is the trunk, but... Unless it's Lotta's testimony, but that's not really evidence. Alright, maybe it's Lotta's testimony. In that case, would you care to explain what the contradiction is? Depending on your answer, you may or may not incur the wrath of my whip.
I didn't even say anything yet.
As long as she has her whip, words alone won't reach her. You'll need to present evidence, dumbass. Evidence!
Right, I won't let her whip me again.
I hope the testimony... I hope we try the Lotta's testimony and it's wrong. Because there's gotta be, like, another phone. Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't actually. I thought she said that the murder happened like in the room she was in, right?
Not really.
Maybe. Oh, you know what? It's the next statement. We present on the evidence is the blood stain in this room. We present the blood on the elevator and say no, that drips down from the elevator.
Oh, was I presenting on the wrong thing? Oh boy.
I think so, yeah. I mean, I also thought it was.
This is the hidden lift one?
It's the blood. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought I was presenting on that one the whole time. I'm just an idiot. I knew which one to present on. I just wasn't reading. Memory serves me correctly.
See, we were.
The blood in the meeting room was found in front of the statue.
The one. We were on the one that was like that declared that it was in this room, and I was like, yeah, that's probably the one to present on.
Oy. Blood in the meeting room was found in front of the statue of the Lady of Justice, was it not?
To murder someone before Lady Justice. This culprit knows no fear.
To murder someone before Lady Justine. This culprit.
I know, that's a Justine line, like...
I wonder about that. Have a look at this piece of evidence. Blood was found in the storeroom right above the meeting room. As you can see, there are signs that it dripped down to the floor below. And right under the hidden lift is...
the statue of Lady Justice.
Then you understand. The murder did not take place here. The killer murdered the victim in the storeroom, and then moved the body to this room. The Lady Justice witness was a coward trying to conceal their crime, and not the moment of the murder.
Ellipses.
She's smiling.
Pardon me, I just remembered a conversation quite similar to this one. As I expected, Miles Edgeworth, such naivete couldn't possibly be an act.
Just how's Mr. Edgeworth naive? Ow!
Have you forgotten, or are you just playing the foolish fool?
I forgot. Thank you for your honesty.
I remember. The amount of blood in the meeting room is clearly greater than that in the storeroom. Than in the storeroom.
Please don't just hit me and then... Ow!
Such a large amount of blood couldn't have simply dripped from the floor above. And even if it had, there should have been much more blood left behind in the storeroom. The murder could not have occurred anywhere other than this meeting room.
You're as predictable as always, Francisca.
What?
The difference in the amount of blood is just as you say. The question is, why does such a difference exist?
That issue is trivial. I've already explained it with my perfect logic.
In that case, how do you explain the blood that was found in the storeroom? I don't suppose you're going to tell me that it's somehow sprayed all the way up there? Like a water fountain? No way! Exactly. It's impossible. In other words, the reason for the difference in the amount of blood is... the amount of blood in the meeting room and the storeroom are different because... Alright, that's one thing I'm going to give this game that it does really nice. When it does this bullshit where you can't double back in the fucking text, it re-asks the question but fits it into a text box so you know what you're trying to answer. Meanwhile, in the other games, it would have been like, they're different because... Like, what the fuck are you even asking me?
I mean, the weapon was... maybe she was stabbed here? No, the weapon was pulled, right? Because she was stabbed up there. I thought. Maybe not.
So she pulled out the weapon and
Although
the blood
body...
splattered.
No, yeah, because this is where we found the body. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's right, because... Yeah, it's the weapon was pulled out here, I think.
The victim died of a stab wound. Naturally, there would be a significant amount of blood loss.
That's obvious just from looking at the bloodstain.
But that's so weird. She was attacked in the storeroom, but there was less blood found then. Ow!
Silence, you third-rate prosecutor with a fourth-rate deck.
Yes. But I'm the best. You know when you lose the most blood after getting stabbed with a sharp object?
Ah, I know. It's when the sharp object is pulled out, right?
That's why when someone gets stabbed, you don't pull the knife out. Precisely. After being stabbed with a candelabra, the body was moved to the meeting room. And then the murder weapon was pulled out right here in this very room. That would account for the difference in the amount of blood that was left behind.
But why would the culprit go through all that trouble?
Most likely to give the impression that the murder occurred in the meeting room. It seems Miss Crane's keycard was used last night. But based on the time of use, it must have been a ploy by the culprit to mislead us. In all likelihood, it was the culprit who used the keycard to enter the meeting room.
Why would the culprit have needed to do that?
Perhaps they feared that the storeroom would be found out during the investigation. If they were involved in the auction, they would not have wanted it to become public.
What the fuck are you talking about? The auction, you say? Wow, I guessed the next line.
Perhaps you should go upstairs and see for yourself what items are on display. That's probably why you're here investigating, I'm assuming. Interpol and all that nonsense. Sure, you're probably...
Yeah.
I'm sure that will allow you to understand what occurred here.
Ellipses. Impressive, Miles Edgeworth. You're willing to go that far to protect her.
There's something big lurking behind the scenes of this case. Kay simply got caught up in it.
You're exaggerating.
Am I now? More than anyone, I would think you'd understand the significance behind all this. Why would you, a prosecutor working with Interpol, be involved in a domestic case? Wasn't your objective to crush a certain international smuggling ring? If your search for smuggled goods has led you here, then isn't this feeling I have related to the case?
I'm relieved. You haven't lost your touch, even though you've turned in your badge.
Why do you and Phoenix both put so much fucking stock into a little metal pin? Why do you show it to everyone?
It looks good. I've heard about your situation from Scruffy over there.
Hi. Yeah, sorry, sir. I just, wanted to help out somehow. A wise decision, detective. Francisca, are you the one in charge of this case? Isn't Interpol pursuing the black market auction?
And what if I am? That's not something you need to know.
So, you knew about all this from the very beginning. You knew the black market auction was being held. Right here. Hey, mind if I butt in? About that gal who turned up dead.
You!
Hey, I ain't done talking yet. Ow! You ain't changed a lick.
This case doesn't need even a fragment of your faulty testimony.
What are you saying? I'm a bona fide Ow!
Back then, you gave false testimony. Miss Von Karma seems to really dislike Lotta.
The feeling's mutual. I can't say she's fond of her. Ain't that Crane gal one of them PIC members? She's a spitting image of the conductor. I reckon she's... Oh, she hit me. She hit me again. Police brutality.
What is the meaning of this? Answer me, Miles Edgeworth.
From Miss Hart's testimony, we obtained a description of what the conductor was wearing. And it matches where the victim, Jill Crane, was wearing. What she was wearing, not where.
You mean to say, the one who was murdered was the conductor? How will the train move?
This one, Carmen, maybe you should call.
It would seem that a new fact has just been brought to light. Indeed, I came here in pursuit of the black market auction. In order to arrest the organizer of the event. In other words, the conductor.
If we believe Miss Hart's testimony, then the conductor is already dead. Thank God, he is an absolute prick on Thomas the Tank Engine. Mr. Conductor.
Fuck that guy.
How many fucking trains has he killed? Enough. Wouldn't this mean that your investigation has ended in vain? Also, headcanon, I think the conductor and the mayor from Dokapon are like the same character. They have like very similar facial structures and like that Monopoly Man vibe going.
I mean, that's why I said fuck that guy.
Yeah.
That's right. However, I swear on my name that I will not return empty-handed. I challenge you, Miles Edgeworth.
I deny the challenge. She draws 2 cards.
Fuck.
That's my draw power for this deck. A challenge is fine, but...
That and 3 basic Pokemon.
Why is she
my hand is empty.
Why is she readying her whip like she's a victim of her own?
I will concede your argument. The murder occurred in the storeroom, correct? That would mean the culprit is someone who participated in the auction. If that photographer is correct, the victim was the conductor, and the culprit was a customer. The culprit waited for the victim in the storeroom where the goods were delivered. Then, they stabbed the victim in the chest with the candelabra in the storeroom. That is all. I trust you have no objection.
When have I ever not had objections?
Good fucking point.
Unfortunately, that is just not the case, because there is a hole in your testimony. Of fucking course there is.
As expected, Mr. Edgeworth, I didn't notice any hole. Anything at all. Well then, please settle this with one blow.
Yeah, of course. Watch as I... What is this dialogue? Okay. Okay, so... Participate in the auction. Photographer.
I'm actually not sure what the problem is.
I think this is the problem. Culprit waited for the victim in the storeroom where the goods were delivered.
I mean, what's Lotta's testimony say again?
So Lotta's testimony...
Items of fractional pieces. 11 people tended to each other wearing a mask.
Auction continued even after the Jill Crane murder.
What's on our last page, like on the previous page of evidence?
All the shit we have.
Right, the clothes, the photo. What's the photo?
It shows the red raincoat individual with blood on their hand.
What's the second part? Photo taken after the crime was looking at Lotta, who had snuck in the storeroom after the conductor and another person entered the storeroom. One of them suddenly started screaming. Maybe... Could we press everything?
Yes, we can. You were surprisingly quick to concede.
I simply cannot deny facts that are backed by evidence, unlike my father. That is all. You have proven that the murder occurred in the storeroom.
The culprit participated in the auction. I'd like to hear your basis for this claim.
When I spoke with the staff of this building, not a single one mentioned the storeroom. The storeroom's existence must have only been known to a select few.
And that's where the items for the auction were being stored.
I see you understand. Yes, the culprit participated in the auction.
If that photographer is correct, the victim was the conductor and the culprit was the customer. So you're saying that the victim was the auctioneer's conductor?
Right, and the culprit...
Hey, ain't you the one who told him or that just a moment ago? Yes, that's right. However, simply making sure her logic is clear. That ain't right. You're doing it wrong. This is the part where you're supposed to say, I done goofed.
The culprit was a customer participating in the black market auction.
What in tarnation? Now you've done it. Don't cover for him.
Of course, that is only if this photographer's testimony is indeed true.
I can't tell whether they're on good or bad terms. What do you mean on What do you mean you can't tell?
I mean, the issue here is the culprit's actions.
You can't go based on who she does and doesn't whip, because I'm pretty sure in the entire history of this series, the only people she has not whipped are Pearly and Adrian?
Maya?
Has she? I feel
Maya.
like she might have whipped Maya at one point.
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay. Like 3 people. Children
Yep, those
and,
three.
like, abused women are, like, the only people she does not whip.
Children and people that that the internet ships her with.
Yeah, so you can't say. I'm sure there's a lot of heart and fucking Francisca shit that might exist.
I doubt. I mean, probably not as much as the other two. But
Oh no, probably
maybe
not.
some. Right, and then...
This is the is the one I think is a little silly. Miss Hart was in the storeroom at the time. Could the culprit really have been waiting there?
Oh, I see. The culprit was waiting. I don't know where she was hiding, but since you've seen it, you must know as well. There are numerous hiding places in that storeroom.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking was weird. Because, like, where would they be hiding? Because a lot is in the one place that's technically a hiding place, which is behind the giant tiki thing.
Yeah.
The box is locked. So the culprit was hiding while they waited for the victim to arrive.
I believe the crime occurred after the auction ended. Nope. Okay. Nope. That's wrong. After all, the victim was the organizer of the auction, the conductor. During the auction, the organizer would have to be in front of the customers the entire time.
After the auction ended? Please add that statement to your testimony.
Okay. It'd be Lotta's testimony.
Yeah. The auction continued even after the murder. Yeah, there you go.
So I think Allie's gonna be home any second now, so I might go, I might just randomly go muted for a little bit.
Sure. I will do my best Francisco voice. No, I'll hold off. As I thought you were one step behind.
What did you say?
The victim was not the conductor, and I have proof. Miss Hart's testimony.
That photographer's testimony is not trustworthy.
What are y'all saying? I'm a bona fide journalist. Ow!
Cease your idle chatter.
Yeehaw!
Do it again.
Francisca, calm down and listen. Miss Hart witnessed a part of the murder. The main point here is that after witnessing the murder, she says the auction continued. That's right! Sure as can be. It all just kept going on shamelessly. Do you think the auction could have continued without someone conducting it? If the victim was not the conductor, the person killed must have been a customer.
No!
Unless there was
I don't actually know why I care
conductor.
about this point that much.
As I said from the beginning, Kay is not the culprit. After all, she herself was attacked by someone and lost consciousness. In which case, that would also make her a victim. The auction continued after the incident occurred. Yes, and the victim was not the conductor, but a customer.
Oh, good timing for beer back.
I wonder who this could be. It must be Udgy. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, what the fuck are you doing? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to come up with something to do for potentially 5 minutes. I can go check to see if that one YouTube video that's 70 gigabytes uploaded. Nope. Nope. Looks like my internet blipped and actually prevented a bunch of shit from uploading. Fun. God, I love when that happens. I don't think that episode of Tiny Teen is ever going up. It's just too fucking long. 70 gigs just does not want to be processed. Or, you know, maybe it's just the fact that they all died. Which is unfortunate, but, you know. Yep. Bit of a shame that. Do I have anything open that's lagging the game? I could potentially close Camtasia, but Camtasia is like actually surprisingly slight on the resources. I could take a quick peek, not at my calculator, but at the task manager, just to make absolutely sure. Yeah, I'm sure you're using a lot of resources on something. It's mostly Desmine. Steam is using a bunch for some reason. The fuck? Why is he using so much network energy? Am I downloading something? Ah, that explains it. Oh, it takes two guys... Cancelled. Oh, god fucking damn it. Alright, I'm gonna have to pause that. Okay, pause that. Silly. So the internet blipped a bunch and fucked over a bunch of stuff. It must have, like, blipped literally 30 minutes after I left the computer on, like, Wednesday or whatever. That's a little bit oof. Oh, well. Hopefully Zuber did not want to play It Takes Two tonight. I mean, it wouldn't take that long to actually download. I could probably go eat food and have it done by the time I'm done. It got like halfway. Very silly. So how is my space looking on my computer? If, like, none of that shit uploaded. Yeah, that's a problem. That fucked over a lot of my space. Because a lot of stuff did not get uploaded. And therefore I cannot delete it.
I am back.
Hello.
So this is Justine, right?
Yes, this is probably Justine.
That's enough.
Francisca's like, ooh.
Yeah.
That voice.
Order in the court. The chairman will now enter.
Can he not?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, my. No need to be so stiff. Actually, feel free to call me Blazy. Well then, Blazy, what brings you here? Well, I just wanted to see if my idiot son was working hard, is all. Is this kind of father-son relationship really healthy? Says the guy who had bleach poured into his eyeballs.
Yeah, it's honestly.
I come to light a fire under you. Well, it seems I found an unexpected bonus. You should be careful around your beard. To think that the criminal would become the talk of the town would be here, of all places.
Everyone, restrain the suspect at once.
Please wait. Kay Faraday's not the... Silence! This is quite troubling, Edward. Didn't I tell you earlier? The PIC desires a swift resolution to this case. If it's not, we lose our trust with the public. It calls the waste of time committee. Which is way less cool. It'd be the WOC. You know, it's troubling for me as well. I sort of thing. MIH too.
And on top of that, an illegal investigation is not something I can overlook. Have you forgotten? You are no longer a prosecutor. You have lost all your authority. Furthermore, you have aided a criminal in evading the law.
Yes, that's right. You're so reliable, Courtney. I'm aware of the consequences of my actions. You may punish me as you wish, however. We have found a new suspect. It's the person pictured here. Kay Faraday was attacked by this person and...
There is no need for your explanation. Just recently, a red raincoat was discovered in the vicinity of this building. The victim's blood and cherry blossom petals were found on the hood.
Cherry blossom petals. Now that you mention it on the viewing platform.
Yes, they probably stuck on due to the blood. They were littered around the bloodstain.
And we've received the forensic report on the blood, you know. There's no doubt about it. The person in the photo is the victim, Jill Crane. What did you say? Impossible. That would completely destroy the foundation of our logic. I believe the person in the red raincoat was the culprit. Now it turns out that person's actually the murder victim. Wait, if that's the case, then the prime suspect would be...
Miss Faraday, you met a person in a red raincoat on the rooftop, did you not? Yes, I did, but... The person in the red raincoat was the murder victim, and Kay Faraday came into contact with that person. Since one of the parties is now dead, what happened next should be clear.
Kay was attacked by that person. As the victim, it would be impossible for her to be the culprit.
There was no evidence she was attacked, is there?
Look at her!
Furthermore, we must consider the possibility that the victim fought back.
It's far too early to come to that conclusion. Kay's not the criminal.
You're wrong.
Kay?
That's wrong. Even though I don't want to believe it myself. After hearing about the raincoat, I finally remembered. I only remember a little, but from what I saw that night, the culprit is me. I remember looking down at the person in the red raincoat.
This means absolutely nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, it was me.
And Edgeworth would be like, yes, and I was on a boat. And I was looking at a person on the boat. And you know what? We came back. Just shut up. Shut your mouth.
The culprit was me all along.
That can't be right.
Then why? Why do I have that memory? That person collapsed before my eyes. Engulfed in a pool of blood.
Maybe they got stabbed from behind. You fucking... Good lord.
Why didn't I do anything? It must have been because I killed her. It is clear to me the validity of Kay Faraday's memory.
Did you doubt it until just now, pal?
Congratulations, Miss Faraday. Your courage will surely allow you to be forgiven. Now, let us rejoice in the blessings of the Goddess of Law. Allow me to give my opinion as an international prosecutor. Her actions as a criminal are... Hurry, arrest Kay Faraday at once. How dare you behave that way before me?
You're being too forceful. Further verification is necessary. I'd even go so far as to say this is unlawful.
Unfortunately, the law does not side with you.
It sides with me, you see. But you know, the beautiful bond between you two is etched deeply into my heart.
That reminds me. We seem to have forgotten one additional suspect.
Edgeworth, that's you. And there it goes. That was my divorce papers. She ain't leaving me that easily. What's that, pal? Mr. Edgeworth hasn't done anything. I beg to differ. That's right. You see, he's no longer a prosecutor, sadly enough.
Your actions have gone too far this time. An illegal investigation and assisting in the escape of a criminal. I cannot even think of you as a former prosecutor. Now humbly accept your punishment.
Oh yes, that's right. I believe the plan for today was to hold your hearing before the PIC. Why don't we leave the hearing for tomorrow? Even though the results are already crystal clear. You should think long and hard about what you've done. Very long and very hard. He says as he smiles.
Court is now adjourned.
To be cunt.
Yeah, I was waiting for Francisca to be like, to lie and be like, no, I authorized his investigation, but...
I killed her.
Yeah, I killed, yeah.
Well, this sucks. Why would you give me the one person cell that already went to the guy? Okay. I guess it was one that was open.
Yeah.
This is the second time I've been in this cell. All of my evidence has been taken from me. The only thing I have left is Kei's Yatagarasu badge. I'm worried about... Why'd they let him keep that? I'm worried about Kei. Is she alright?
culprit is me. I remember looking down at the person in the red raincoat. Mr. Edgeworth, it was me. The culprit was me all along.
You have a visitor. Police hurry on out. A visitor? Who could it be? Someone by the name of Dick Gumshoe. Will you turn him down? No, it'll be hard to face him, though. Well, this is awkward. Wait there. He's not going to stay and keep watch. I don't think this is Dick Gumshoe. Gumshoe would never say, "Pardon me."
Yeah. I mean, we'll find out.
Pardon me.
Ah, I see.
Judge Courtney.
Hush. Please, have a seat.
Why are you here? I was told the detective had come.
If I didn't instruct them to tell you that, you wouldn't be sitting here right now.
I can't think of anything she'd need from me at this point. I should try to figure out what she wants. Secretly, I'm an ally.
I mean, I think there's a non-zero chance. If it's about Kay Faraday, I believe she's being interrogated as we speak.
You people. Do you have any idea what you're doing? How dare you arrest an innocent person?
That's not a very nice thing to say. I would ask that you correct your statement. She is merely someone you want to believe is innocent. Am I wrong?
There is no decisive evidence to prove that she's the culprit.
There is no evidence to prove her innocence either. Enough of this. It's pointless. The girl will be judged. There is nothing you can do to stop that. That's all there is to say about that. Now,
She won't be judged fairly.
Let's get to the real issue at hand.
Click.
Your visitation rights have been restricted to begin with.
It's as if I'm some sort of monstrous criminal. I suppose my credibility has hit rock bottom.
But of course, your friends have fared a little better, though. That lawyer and that girl were both quite worked up.
Mr. Shields and Emma.
When I last saw them, they were giving one of the guards quite an earful.
What? You don't mean...
Be grateful. The goddess of law has been quite busy. They were spared punishment.
It certainly seems like you have plenty of time for small talk.
Oh, yes. Prosecutor Von Karma is presently continuing the investigation. You were worried about them, right?
Guess she saw right through me. Let's cut to the chase. Exactly what are you planning?
I'm not planning anything. There is merely a question I wish to ask.
You're asking me?
Yes, of course. Who else is here? Objectively speaking, you are a clever individual, and you have a sharp mind. As a prosecutor, you are highly talented and capable.
You're being ironic. Your sarcasm falls short.
I am being completely sincere, and that is why I cannot understand. Take this case, for example. You are up against the PIC. There is no chance for you to come out on top. Even a child could understand, and yet you...
Perhaps my younger self would not have done something so reckless. The me from before had power. That's why I thought justice was on my side. Just like you right now. However, because of a certain man, my self-centered sense of justice was broken down. Ever since then, I began to see people in a different light. I'm able to serve as a prosecutor only because of the support of the people around me. People like Detective Gumshoe and all the other investigators. And Kay as well. Honestly, even I'm surprised at how much I've changed.
I see. Is that how it is? I've come to understand you a little more.
Understand me? Not likely. Someone like you, who forces her own sense of justice onto others, could never understand.
I wonder about that. Is that what you think? If I could say one thing, it would be that this conversation has been very interesting. That is all. Our conversation is coming to an end. However, I have one last thing to tell you. The date of your hearing has been set. I came here today to inform you. Today, in the PIC meeting room, may you humbly accept your fate.
If that's all you wanted to say, couldn't you have just sent a messenger?
The holy words of the goddess of law simply cannot be entrusted to others. With that, Mr. Edgeworth, I bid you farewell. I shall be seeing you again later.
April 6th. No, oh. The doors. Okay. I thought they walked through the fucking bars like the scene from Persona 4. Think the hole's still there? It's a simple bed. I don't expect it to be very comfortable to sleep on. If I were Detective Gumshoe, he'd probably snore loudly while sleeping like a log. So there. I may never get a chance to work with him again. However, this is the path I chose. I won't regret it. I miss my dick. There's a poster on the wall next to the toilet. We're currently out of toilet paper. Please be prepared if you wish to use the toilet. What does it mean by be prepared? There's a dining menu sitting on the desk. It seems I can get food delivered if I pay for it. Let's see. Moldy white bread lunch set. Switch to moldy whole wheat bread for an extra $1. Oatmeal and grits set meal. For a limited time, get extra gruel at no additional cost. Thank goodness I'm not hungry right now. I mustn't neglect my personal appearance just because I'm in a holding cell. Prosecutor or not, this is my personal duty. The collar is slightly bent. There. A well-groomed appearance reflects a well-groomed mind. From here on, I'll need to focus myself more than ever. He was well-groomed, wasn't he?
Oh.
Anyway, the door's open. There's a poster hanging in the hallway. The Dice and Slice game. Roll the dice and decide your daily menu. The Dice and Slice game has been cancelled due to the warden's arrest. We sincerely apologize to everyone who was looking forward to it. There's no need to apologize for canceling such a silly game. Another visitor. Kay!
Ah.
It seems you're alright. I'm relieved. You know, this is kinda touching. Sob. You look a little down, Kay. Please cheer up. You didn't do anything wrong. I guarantee it.
Please, just accept it. I am a murderer.
That's not true. Why don't you believe in yourself as I eat the moldy white bread set?
What should I believe in? I mean, there's nothing.
There's nothing to believe in? That's not true. Before you lost your memories, you literally jumped into my life. As a result, your words and actions have become engraved in my memories. That's the mark you left behind. How can you call that nothing? I believe in your innocence. That's why you must believe in yourself as well.
Thank you. But it's no use. Look at all the misfortune I've brought upon you. If you can, please forget it all. Your memories of Kay Faraday.
Kay! You know, this takes me back. To my youth, I too was a gallant. Is this the kind of justice that the PIC seeks? Justice, huh? I wonder. This man, what is he planning? Why is he just pushing things forward so forcefully? It all seems too unnatural. Is there a hidden agenda? There's no time left. It's all or nothing now. Well then, I must take my leave. Hold it. No matter how you look at it, Kay's arrest was unnatural. There must be something behind it. Hey, I'm a busy man, you know, so why don't we play a game of chess instead? I'm kind of a big deal, you see. I trust this won't take up too much of my time. In order to make it out of the situation, I must break through his defenses. There are plenty of things I want to ask, but my time is limited. First, I'll ask about why he rushed the arrest. I have no intention of letting him push me around. I'll overcome this difficult situation. Why did you rush her arrest? I would like a clear explanation. Explanation? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb with me. You clearly did not follow the proper procedures. Okay. Maybe you should pipe down a bit. Do you even know the position you're in? Suppose we let the criminal escape. What do you think will happen? What will happen? Oh, we made to take responsibility, see? I don't know if you understand. Just take my advice and stay out of this, if you know what's good for you. I refuse. Kay's innocent. Oh, you know, this is so pitiful. It brings me to tears. Why won't you just give up? Things were finally going well. Things were going well, you say? That's a strange way to put it. It almost sounds as if you personally wanted Kay to be arrested. Far more than necessary. Haven't you lost your impartiality? You think so? That certainly wasn't my intention, you see. Edgeworth, my boy, you're reading too much into it. He skillfully avoided the issue. However, I still have some serious doubts about Kay's arrest. Next, I should ask him if the investigation was sufficient. I can't miss even the tiniest piece of information. That's the only way to break through this situation. Nice rhyme. How much time was spent on the investigation? You know, I wonder about that. I don't really remember, you see. There's no way I can accept such a careless answer. Well, like I said, I remember. My memory's not as sharp as it used to be, you see. Sometimes I can't even forget my own son's name. I don't care about your idiot son. I want your answers regarding the investigation.
But that's actually so sad.
Yeah, he really is an idiot. Even though I don't remember raising him like that. Sob. There's no end to this. He just keeps on dodging the question. Let's try another line of attack to make him take me seriously. It's hard to say that the investigation was sufficient. The arrest? Was it under your authority? My. Do I really look that important? The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee Chairman. It's quite a prominent title. Not that I care much for it. Well, that was rather blunt. I'm so shocked I could cry. I'm sorry. Flattery was never my forte. If you keep talking like that towards me, you'll never get your prosecutor's badge back, you know. That would be terrible. Huh? So, you've grown silent. Does that mean I can go now? I was too passive. It took no damage. I have no intention of letting him push me around to overcome this difficult situation. Tap, 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 tap. Let me make this clear right now. I do not live for the sake of my badge. Status means nothing to me, do you understand? Young, so young. Let me teach you something as your senior in life. What you're saying right now, it's far too naive, you see. The look in his eyes has changed. He might respond differently to some of my questions now. This is my chance. How much time was spent on the investigation? Well, aren't you an impertinent one? Even someone like me is starting to get a little annoyed. What a coincidence. I feel the same way. Answer me. Was the investigation sufficient? Young folks always live life in the fast lane. That's why I like to bully them. You'll regret this soon enough. There goes my tax break. I'm the one bullying you.
I think you wait and see here.
Haven't you realized it yet? I have you cornered. Okay. My, I wonder what you're getting so excited about. I sure can't understand the high spirit all you young folks seem to have. There goes my pictures of my wedding. Oh, what a waste of remark. You sure are quiet. Are you scared? Ridiculous. I was just thinking about my next strategy. On how to extract information from a weepy old man. You should show some remorse, you know. Don't you get it? I hold your fate in my hands. And there goes your fate. Copy. On DVD. Burned. When did you get your hands on it? Haven't you realized it yet? I have you cornered. God fucking damn it. Tap, tap, tap. Wait. In any case, even if you obtain some information, there's nothing you can do. Just give up already. I refuse. Mind if I ask why? It's simple. The truth is fading away. That's all there is to it. I see. I'm starting to understand what kind of person you are. But you know, it's all useless. It's enough to make me cry. Give it up. That girl's guilt has already been decided. That's strange. The way you said that, it almost sounds like it was decided from the very beginning. What are you trying to say? I'm saying her arrest was planned. Yes, it's clearly unnatural. Everything is progressing as if Kay's guilt was predetermined. Wasn't Kay's arrest planned from the start? I see. That's an interesting theory. But I don't have time to indulge in your flights of fancy, you know. Why don't we put an end to this silly conversation? Curses. He's trying to get away. Before that, I must find out if the arrest was lawful. Boop. It's still very faint, but I'm beginning to see the path to the truth. I can't let this opportunity slip by. Please wait. There's still something I want to ask you. I've grown weary of our little tater-tot. Please keep it short of it. Yeah, our tater-tot. It's, I forget how to say it, but I know I've seen that before. It's like...
Yeah.
Tot-tot-tot?
Something like that.
I know what it means. Basically. It's like a little battle. If I put together what you have told me up until now, I cannot help but say that there is no basis for Kay's arrest. Yes, I understand, you see. But you know, it doesn't really matter either way. You can't overturn her arrest. How irresponsible. Do you still claim to be a man of the law? My, those are some harsh words, you know. You know, you're starting to make me a little angry. You see, to be honest, I really can't answer all your questions, you know. That's just the position I'm in, you see. I'm a busy man, you know. Aren't you just pretending to be busy? Well, that's a bit cruel, you know. The old chunk of coal has been working like a dog. Pretending. Just what do you think that would accomplish? You don't want to talk about the case. Isn't that why you're trying to get away from this place? Stop rhyming. How sad. Yes, how sad indeed. Do you really suspect little old me? I do suspect you, and I'm confident about it. There was clearly no basis for Kay's arrest. My, have you forgotten? Wasn't there evidence? the mask, the letter, and the corsage all were found in the girl's possession. Not to mention, she even confessed. All of this serves to prove her crime. That's... Any objections? Haven't you realized it yet? I have you cornered. Okay. Well, now I need to basis for the arrest. Wrong button.
Yeah.
I'll say even harsher words. That'll teach him. Don't want to talk about it. You see, you have no response. It's true, I have no objections. Although there is one point that bothers me. This man seems awfully familiar with the evidence. To remember everything without missing a beat. That intrigues me. This could be a useful clue.
Ah, shit.
K is not the culprit. My, that's a rather bold claim, you know. Anyone can shout objections at the top of their lungs, you see, Mr. Former Prodigy Prosecutor. Okay.
Oh.
It's okay, I'm sure my health will be fine. You know, I'm a pretty busy man. I'll be heading back now, you see.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Where's it gonna put you though?
Ow, my ears. It'll put us, like, right here.
Okay, that's...
Yeah. It took off, like, the length of a gnat's dick and then shoved me back where I was.
Yep. Yeah, who made... Oh, you might have to re-get that evidence, though.
Oh, probably not. I didn't have to do that last time.
Okay.
Who was the one who made the decision to arrest her? Well... Can't say I remember. Growing old's a terrible thing, you see. My memory's not what it used to be, you know.
Yep, I knew it.
Weird. Alright. Last time I feel like it did keep it. Any objections? Alright. Who made the decision? Perhaps I should use that clue. You remembered all the evidence. Don't play dumb with me. Didn't you remember every single piece of the evidence in full detail just now? Stop pretending to be a forgetful old man when things aren't going your way. Now then, who was the one who made the decision to arrest her? I see. You're a sharp one, aren't you? You know, I wish my son could learn from you. Because he's a real idiot. I'm not interested in your son, who made the decision for the arrest. You're a bad man, you know. Don't you already know? The one who ordered her arrest.
It was him. Oh yeah, I guess you could wait and see.
So you've grown silent. Does this mean I can go now? God fucking damn it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Tap. The person right in front of me. I'm certain of it. Ouch! You'll make it sound like I committed some kind of injustice. On the PlayStation 3. Guess I'll have to clear that up. My honor's at stake here, you see? Very well, I'll continue to play along with you. Until you're satisfied. What is most crucial here is how much this man knows about the case. If I can get him to reveal that, This guy's really stupid. He's literally sitting behind bars. You can just fucking leave. It's do or die. If I can overcome this, I'll reach the truth. You seem pretty familiar with the case. I'm a wise man, you know. I'm familiar with most things, you see. I don't think it was very wise of you to arrest Kay in this case. And there goes my flux! That lighter is dangerous. I'm a very busy man. I can end this conversation anytime I want, you know. Don't you forget about that. This would have already been over if you had simply answered my questions. If you give me a proper answer, I won't take any more of your time. I'll ask you once again, why you're so familiar with this case. I read the case files, you see. Honestly, it was quite a drag, you know. But it's my job, so what could I do? Because of my position, you see. I can't just skip out on it. Well, I had some time to kill, so I read the whole thing, you see. You just said you were busy. That's strange. Didn't you just say you were very busy? Aren't you fault slowly coming into light now? If you truly wish to protect your position, I would advise you rescind the arrest order. You really are desperate, you know. That never say die attitude. It touches my heart. But you know, it's unfortunate that all your hard work was for naught. Because we discovered her unconscious body near the crime scene, you see. What was the weather like?
What was the weather like? Yeah.
This is the first I've heard of Kay's condition when she was found. She was unconscious in the storeroom. Ooh. That's right. The source of that information's classified, though. This man knows things even I don't know. Does he know the whole story behind this case? This could be a pretty useful clue. Regarding Kay, the suspect regarding her.
You fucking knew he was gonna say that.
How much do you know about her? She's the suspect in this case. That's all I know, you see. Scouts on. Perhaps I should use that clue. Don't you know the whole story? Something you've said feels out of place. You know about things that the crime scene investigation never revealed. Why is that? Just how much of the truth do you know? You're making that forceful face again. You know, it kind of makes me want to do the same, like this. You really are a persistent one, you know, but I can admire that, you see. I will take that as a compliment. Can't you give it a rest already? At my age, my body's not as strong as it once was, you know. But I'm as strong once as I ever was. There's no one else who could be the culprit besides her. She was even given that much evidence to show that she committed the crime.
Alright.
That doesn't show anything. She was given evidence, you say. That's an odd choice of words. It almost sounds as if she did not possess them herself under her own will. Well, I see. You really do have a fine eye for the details. As expected of a former prodigy prosecutor. You've already found your answer, haven't you? I'm listening, so go ahead and say it. There's no need to hold back. I finally wrenched open the heavy door to the truth. Kingdom Hearts is light, and all that remains is to strike the final blow. Kay's not the culprit. My, that's a rather bold claim, you know. Anyone can shout objections at the top of their lungs, you see, Mr. Former Prodigy Prosecutor. I shall break through this with that clue. Kay was framed. The true culprit is pinning the blame on her. That is my answer. That's okay. That's why I cry so much.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw a clever one. It almost makes me feel bad how your prosecutor's badge was taken away, you know? Yes, it's hard to say. Checkmate. Thank God I got that health back. I really
Yeah,
needed
no
it.
kidding. And I think we should save here because Super said he'd be ready around 11.
Yeah. You arrested Kay even when you knew the existence of the true culprit. Don't toy with me. There's no way such an act would be tolerated. You sure are green, you know. That's what a prosecutor's supposed to do. I wonder what like a good, like perfect spot to end is. I want like a good line to end off on. It will all work out fine if we make her guilty. That's good.
I think
that's a good
that's
line.
yeah.
That's a good line.
All right.
I won't have to face the repercussions of my actions if we make her guilty.
This guy's actually making me feel bad for Sebastian, which I didn't think was super possible. But at any rate,
He's a
that's
massive piece of shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump into the Fire Emblem voice channeling, run to the bathroom.
Cool. I'm gonna make some Chef Boyardee beefaroni.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.